Strong Starts launched in the Bronx Family Court in 2015 with the first court-based judicial infant mental health specialist dyad being Judge Cooper and Kieran. And with less than 1 year of implementation under our belts, the benefits to children, families, judges, and other court-based practitioners were already apparent.
One of the things that sort of shifted the way we practice in handling cases with young babies and toddlers came out of some observation that I did in New Orleans, is that I was lucky enough to go watch Judge Gray before she retired, and she had one of the first baby courts in New Orleans. And what struck me really profoundly when I was there observing was her dedicated day for her baby court cases involved the babies coming to court. And the courtroom was full of babies and parents who, hadn't seen their children, some who were incarcerated and being produced, and the babies were there, for that court production and able to be held by that parent who had been separated from them. And it was a really eye-opening moment for me.
As an attorney for children, I feel that sometimes for infants and toddlers, our perspective is kind of forgotten because our clients aren't verbal. They're not able to direct my advocacy in the same way. So sometimes I'm not even consulted, or I'm consulted as more of an afterthought at times. And I find that the clinical conference model and the more frequent court dates really give me the information that I need in order to better advocate for my clients. If I wasn't going to those clinical conferences, I wouldn't be getting the same level of information because my clients can't provide it to me. I'm reliant on getting it from other members.
I've been proudly involved with Strong Starts for many years. We're a Queens-based agency. And I really want to underscore the impact of visibility for our families and being not just people who are discussed in conferences, but really a part in and engaged in. And how much that really supports the identification of critical needs, which some of my colleagues have shared, enhanced communication amongst all of the stakeholders and systems that are involved, and really supports humanizing the process for families, bringing dignity.
One of the great beauties of Strong Starts and the clinical coordinators is the wealth of knowledge that they have. They have their finger on the pulse of all of the intensive preventive services and the wait lists and who to reach out to. And so I know that if I reach out to them, they will make the time to set up a Zoom call and problem solve on a case that is not theirs, just as they do on all of their cases.
Only with a program like Strong Starts, who understood all the dynamics here and went to found programs that I don't think they even knew about before they started to research to help the situation.
A lot of us who work in the system, we try to avoid that cookie cutter approach toward service planning. That tailored service planning is not always happening on cases. And I think that the Strong Starts clinical coordinators play a really important role, like others are talking about, in identifying really unique fits for parents and children. Very quick example, a client that I work with who resides here in Brooklyn, her children and the children's father reside in Nassau County. And though ACS did try to find some visit coaching opportunities for her here in Brooklyn, they couldn't find it or weren't able to find a provider in Nassau County, but it was the Strong Starts clinical coordinator who not only found a program near where the children reside, also did all the legwork in terms of logistically figuring out how payment was going to happen, and which I'm sure was not easy. And it ended up being a really beneficial service for my client and her children.
Strong Starts is offering a relationship. It's not just about the program or the services, it's about the way they build trust and a reflective space around the family to advocate for them within systems. And this is so important psychologically for parents and children who are separated, as well as foster parents, in helping them feel seen and held.
This was the first case that we had in the Bronx with Judge Cooper and I, was David, and then infant Ovenia, who is here today.
Karen advocated for me. After the case ended, there were a few things that popped up, and the first person I could think about was you, Karen. I would call you, ask your advice, how to deal with something that I wasn't quite comfortable in dealing with on my own. And you were there.
As foster parents at the time, and later on adoptive parents, we needed to understand the kids so that we can help the kids. That was really where any parent, you want to do what's best for the kid, but we didn't know what was best for the kids. So that is really where we found like the clinical support from both Kieran and Anna Marie, just to help us understand the trauma, understand what trauma informed care looks like, understand the different levels of it, of it's not just like home life, it's school life, it's finding the providers. So it was really full circle.
Strong Starts has been able to add to Erie County Family Court by increasing the collaboration between clinical providers, social services, families, and the court, as well as increasing an awareness of the experience of young children, their development, and their mental health throughout the case.
I firmly believe that every child protective court, every judge should have a dedicated Strong Start team, including its own dedicated clinical coordinator and, resources to each judge to make them stronger deciders, because that is, make better decisions and to have the time to spend with these families, which they deserve.
Mr. Dukes inspired me on something, which is it would be nice to see like an aftercare program. He obviously benefited from a continuing relationship with you, Kieran.
It really makes a difference. The kids are 5 years out of Strong Starts, and just know that everything that all of you have been doing and continue to do, it really shows the children are thriving. I really don't think it would have happened if it wasn't the collaboration. Someone said that the collaboration, not just blame, not just accountability, but really collaborating.
Ovenia, thank you for being here. There she is. It's really incredible. You are the proof that it's been 10 years. It's you.